I don't know exactly how many people have now testified on some level or given interviews in which they have said they have firsthand knowledge of Lance Armstrong using performance-enhancing drugs. It's a number larger than 2. If that existed with a baseball player, no one would believe him. We'd be laughing at his tweet and at his lawyer's comment, right? Wouldn't we?
Absolutely.
We'd be making fun of it.
Who really cares if Lance Armstrong did it or not? Maybe his competition.
Yeah.
Maybe someone internationally who's into cycling for a living. But in the United States, we care about, for the most part, the National Hockey League, Major League Baseball, the NFL, and the NBA. And if it doesn't affect our team directly or indirectly, or our sport, then we really dismiss it. And that's what we're doing with the Lance Armstrong situation.
Right, and it's fine with me. I don't have an issue with it. But I think it is worth pointing out, because what will happen is, particularly in the case of Barry, you have a lot of Barry supporters who will yell and scream, hey, you guys are hypocrites. You know, you guys are a bunch of jerks. You sit there and go nuts on Barry Bonds, but you're just giving Lance a pass. You know what? You're right. We are.
Tube, what's up? All right. Maybe this is the problem that boxing is facing. Not just Floyd Mayweather, but boxing as a whole. Maybe the general consensus is that nobody really gives a fuck if Manny Pacquiao was on roids or not. You know, nobody knows if he is. But the topic comes up enough that it's an interesting subject to discuss. Now, just like any and everybody else, when you do something extraordinary, the first thing they do is think that you're on steroids. That being because most of the times, history has taught us that if you do something that seems unbelievable, it's because you had some type of health enhancements. Now, I know it's a bunch of pack tires gonna come on here and say, oh, what kind of shit is that? He ain't never failed no test, blah, 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 blah. Same thing they said about Lance Armstrong. He's never failed a test. Over 500 tests, and he's never failed one. And that's fine. Maybe he never has used steroids. Maybe he has. I don't know why everybody would make up the fact that he did, But it's just funny that all of a sudden, here comes a bunch of championships, and bam, these allegations come out. Bunch of Yankees got caught during the time, the Yankees were winning every year, and all of a sudden, just forget the Yankees. The fact that home runs and shit were sky high. They started doing better testing. Everything dropped. Batting averages, home runs, everything fell all across the board. People getting busted left and right. Some of your favorite hitters: Manny Ramirez, A-Rod, Jason Giambi, Rafael Palmeiro, Big Mac, Roger Clemens, Andy Pettit, all these guys, they use some help. They throwing and hitting baseballs. Why in the fuck wouldn't you think that a dude who's in the business of hurting others wouldn't? I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, why would anybody think that it's wrong to even question it? The dude who's 19 and 25, nobody's questioning him whether he's using roids. Because obviously whatever he's using is not helping, if he is using. But we're talking about the dude who gained 40 pounds, won 8, 9 championships, quote unquote, So, think of it is this. The problem that the Mayweather camp may have is just not enough people who care. I mean, we all, it's a lot of us on here who, say take the test. You can see plenty of videos about that shit. But I think it's just the fact of it's just not enough people who care. And let me give you this statistic for an example. Albeit the Super Bowl is on free television, the amount of viewers, you couldn't even put in a percentage. You know, it'd be like 10,000% more viewers than your average pay-per-view fight. So let's just say that the Super Bowl was on pay-per-view and they had 2 million viewers. Fucking bust, I believe. But you take in consideration that, you know, $65 a pop, 2 million. That's a load of cash, you know? That ain't like, you know, a bunch of pennies. But I don't think that the NFL would be happy with, you know, $60 at 2 million views. I don't think that that would be enough for them. I mean, that's just what I think. I could be super duper wrong. But I don't know. I don't think so. So, for boxing, I think the just the level of interest it isn't there. It's different with other sports because, you know, you can ask everybody on here who's watching this video, whose ears hear this right now. If you got a girl, a wife, a significant other, a sister, a niece, just go ask them who is the best the best player on your local football team outside of Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger and Peyton Manning. You know, most of them couldn't name, but they can tell you who the team is. You know, they can tell you that it's the New England Patriots or the Detroit Lions or the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, and ask that same person who the hell Juan Manuel Marquez is, or Juan Manuel Lopez, or Brandon Rios. Most part they won't know. They'll probably be able to name 2 names: Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. And as popular as those 2 guys are, maybe just not popular enough for the people who would actually make a difference for this to matter. Not enough of them care whether Manny Pacquiao is on steroids or not.